What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Stuttering Christian Podcast. I am your host, Samantha, and this Wednesday, this past Wednesday, was International Stuttering Awareness Day. And I thought, why don't I talk about it on my podcast? So if you know that I normally go hard for these Stuttering Awareness Day or Stuttering Awareness Week. And ever since I've stopped working in a church and I work at a church camp full time, I've had to think creative ways on simply just how do I celebrate this day or week, because the Stuttering Awareness Day is in October. The week is in May. So I like to think we just get extra time to celebrate stuttering as a whole. So within all of that, I try to record many things to post, but they will never see the light of day. It could be my perfectionism when it comes to posting stuff on my own page, or it's my ADHD where I will talk about one thing and then I just go to another different thing, and then I realize none of this makes a lick of sense. No one will enjoy it. So yeah, there's a lot of videos that I tried to record, and then those thoughts started to creep in, and I thought, why don't I just record something quick in my office during the time of me editing pictures, waiting to go on to the next thing. And I just recorded a quick thing. It was very cool that the National Stuttering Association reposted it on their story. I love them a lot. But one of the key things that I said in my video is, we as stutterers, we deserve a seat at the table. And let me go into more details about that, because I was very quick, which is ironic to have a person who stutters try to speak quickly. Insert joke, insert laughs, hee hee, ha ha, ho ho. The reason why stutterers deserve a seat at the table is because there are people out there that talk just like us, and they don't see anyone that talk the same, that have gone through the same things. And within that, it's not just about awareness, but it is also about easing the anxieties. Holy cow, what if they laugh at me? It eases that, because at the end of the day, more people should know about stuttering. And we as stutterers, it's our job to spread awareness, tell our peers, tell our co-workers, like, be open about it, because if you think about it, it is a ripple effect that someone knows of someone that worked with you, and they met a person who stutters, and their first thought was of you, and they had their back when someone reacted and responded in a normal human reaction that in our mind it makes us feel small. But having those people around you that will have your back, that will say, hey, bro, why did you think that was all like cute? Like, why? What were you thinking? Like, did you not think and you just spoke? Isn't it important to think before we speak? Something along the lines of that. And it also goes with pop culture too, within social media too, that the more people know about it, it becomes more easier for us stutterers to speak in front of a room full of people. And within like pop culture, within movies, documentaries, within Mitch from Survivor, as y'all can probably tell, I am a super fan of Survivor. I was just texting with my mom because there is a trunk or treat, and she asked me what I was dressing up as, and I said, hey, I will go as Jeff Probst for a second time. And I haven't seen her response yet. But Mitch from Survivor literally looking fear in its face and saying, watch me, and making it far on Survivor. Like, bro, it's so cool. One day that will be me. One day. And within movies as a whole, there is a movie about a king who stuttered called The King's Speech. And I have more of a opinion that if someone who doesn't stutter should not play a person that does stutter. After watching Glee for when it was like still going on and the girl faking a stutter, y'all, don't fake it, because us, the ones that deal with it every single day, it ain't cute. No. But The King's Speech, I really think that the actor that I don't remember his name on the top of my head, he really portrayed, he really showed how the mind trouble, like the mind battles it is with working so hard to be fluent, because we live in a fluent world. Everyone is talking so fast and we are just here. And if you haven't seen it, I really encourage you to watch it, there is a scene that I'm just going to share the scene. It may or may not spoil it, but there is a scene that they are in this one room and the king is like talking and stuff, and he turns his back on his speech therapist. And as he turns back towards him, the speech therapist is in like the royal chair. And the king is like freaking the frick frack out, y'all, because like that is against the rules. And he is flustered and he's stuttering, and the speech therapist says, "Why do I have to waste my time listening to you?" And the king says, "Because I have a voice." Y'all, that gives me chills every single time, because we, as people who stutter, we have a voice. And if you believe in God, this podcast is Stuttering Christian, two things that best describes me. If you believe in God, God gave you this gift. And for the longest time, I didn't believe or even see that my stutter as a whole was a gift. But it is. Because it makes people want to listen. Because you are worth listening. Let me repeat it again. If you were talking during this episode, you are worth listening to, even in this fast-paced world. Believe me, it is hard. I get exhausted. Every time after work, I come straight home and I lay on my couch. I normally do that if I had a long speaking day. Because yes, I am super confident on the way I talk, but I also have hard days. I also have days where I don't want to talk, or I have days where I go back and when I introduce myself, I say Sam. Yet that was a big deal when I was a freshman, not a freshman, when I was a junior, senior in high school, where I told someone that my name was Sam, and I felt this pit of just anger. Like, why did I do that? My name is Samantha, but I also go by Sam. And for the longest time, I would beat myself up every single time I would do that. But it's not the end of the world. There are days where I tell people my name is Sam. And then there are other days where I really don't give a crap and I tell people my name is Samantha. And I stutter through it. And that is completely fine. And man, that movie, going back to the King's Speech, such a wonderful movie. I don't know on the top of my head where you can like stream it, where you can watch it, but in the episode notes, I will put links to everywhere you can watch these movies, documentaries about stuttering, because I believe that, yes, my podcast is a very wonderful platform that I have to share my story, to share the real and raw of being someone who stutters, but I also believe that movies and documentaries can also do the same thing and can put it into perspective that doesn't normally happen with my podcast, because y'all, I'm very ADHD. I do take meds for it, but most of the time I ramble, and most of the time it doesn't make sense, and that is okay. Another documentary movie, I don't know what you would consider it, but this is Stuttering. It is about Morgan Lott. He is a person who stutters, and he documents him going through speech therapy again, and ordering food, having small talk conversations in a store, stuff like that, and then asking his friends, so why do you think someone, like, not why, more of how does someone develop a stutter, and just documenting their reactions. And my favorite part is when he is speaking on blocking, and I'm just like, bro, in my worst speaking days, in my most disfluent speaking days, I do block, and in my head, I'm like freaking out, like, holy cow, I'm blocking, I look stupid, and all of this stuff. And he also talks about, like, the speech therapy techniques, about pausing. I tried to pause for my fluency techniques. Yeah, I tried that. I also get frustrated too. I just get frustrated because I really don't want to be so focused on fluency techniques. That's just me. I am just very much a stubborn person when it comes to being forced to be fluent. When at the end of the day, going back to what I said, our stutter is a gift, and it's a gift from God for us to use it in a way to glorify Him. And I was at the National Stuttering Conference when he did a like, I don't know the word you would call it, a big talk, where a workshop, it's not there, where he showed this is stuttering in front of everyone at the conference. And I remember being with my mom. She is one of my many number one supporters when it comes to stuttering, and we both thought, and still do think, that what Morgan Lott made was so good, and it was so beautifully made, where it also helps spread awareness. And I will also link it in the episode notes. And the other documentary that is the most recent one that has came out that I've seen is called My Beautiful Stutter. And y'all, I sobbed like a baby. I was ugly crying. I snot, the yeah, yes. If you've seen it, you understand. If you haven't seen it, y'all, it's really good. It is about Camp Say. And if you don't know what Camp Say is basically a stuttering camp. And I never had the chance to attend a stuttering camp, which I'm very glad because I have other camp experiences where I'm the only stutterer on staff, and I actually like that. That sounded rude. The reason why is if I get in a room with another stutterer, we will be talking for hours. And our stutter will be both there, both present. I once talked to one of my friends who stuttered, and we were talking for 5 hours. We lost track of time, and we were like, holy cow. And with all of that documentary truly best represents the raw emotions that comes with a day-to-day basis about stuttering as a whole. And I felt so deeply for it because I could see myself in them. And 10 out of 10, so stinking good. So good. I love going to concerts. And I know this next topic will be very ADHD. It makes sense. It really makes sense. It's all about stuttering awareness and doing the uncomfortable and facing fears and stuff like that. So I went to a concert by myself, and I love doing that. It is one of my favorite things to do. At the same time, I'm also a crime junkie. I've listened to a lot of true crime episodes of women, people, basically anyone on their phones walking out to their car like, bro, no. So when I go and do things by myself, if it is a concert, when I leave the concert, I am speed walking to my car. Keys between my fingers and getting to my car, and when I get to my car, lock the doors. Yes. So, I went to a concert by myself, and going to this concert, it wasn't of a band that I've been a long-term fan of. I recently lost my uncle, and it's been hard, and one of the things that he would always ask me, what is the next concert you are going to? And for past year, I would say, oh, I don't have any on the lineup. And when he passed, I knew that I wanted to go to a concert by myself. And he knew that I loved doing that. And so I search up House of Blues and I search up like what is playing in next couple of weeks or so. And I see this band, these two guys called Good Neighbors. I've heard one of their songs, but their whole vibe, their whole just their whole music vibe is a lot like the type of music that I like. So I bought tickets, went, and I am in line, and I see, holy cow, the line is wrapped around. So I'm like walking, and I'm walking far. So I finally get to the end of the line. Then this guy from the venue ask, "Hey, who were you here to see?" And I said, "Oh, Good Neighbors." And he said, "Oh, you were in the wrong line. Go towards the front and you will see another line." So I went up front and I see another line, and I'm just like, wow, whoever is playing must have a really big fan base, cuz crazy. And it it was good. Talked to a couple that was in front of me, and I'm just eager to get in. And when I get in, the way that I like do things when I go to a live show, wow, my voice cracked. Allergies, whatever was blown in last night. Yay! I go to merch first. If I am with someone, I tell them, "Hey, go find us a spot and I will get merch." So I get merch, of course, get my self a drink, and I then stand and I realize, man, I really want to put on this like new merch that I just got. So I hurry, go to the bathroom, change, and put the like new merch on. And I go back, stand in like the same spot, and these two freaking tall guys just like stand right in front of me. Y'all, this was before the show even started. So I'm thinking like, should I move? Like, this happens every single time. Should I move? And so I'm like thinking that, and then one of the guys turns around and asks me, saying, "Hey, could you take our picture?" It was of him and his friend, and I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I did, and I made a joke saying that if you need me to retake it, this ain't my first rodeo. And within that sparked conversation of what I do for work. And stuff like that. And I wasn't thinking about my stutter, but at the same time, I knew that I'm just going to be me. I am not going to try to hide the way I talk because when I try to do that, I stutter a lot more. And so I had such a good conversation with the two guys that I met. On top of it, y'all, they were patient with me when I was stuttering, because I was stuttering and I was stuttering a lot. And the way that I stutter, it's more of repetition or prolongation, where I prolong the word. And so most of the time people don't really catch it. And when the show like started, I felt like I was with one of the bros. Like, it was so cool, so fun. I normally make friends with girls, yet somehow, I don't know if it is just things have changed a lot within concert culture, but people really don't want to start conversations with like someone they've never met. And I'm just here like, please, I just want to make friends. Please, let me make friends. Talk to me. Please. But the show was so good. So stinking good. I just want to give a big shout out to the two guys that I met. Thank you for being kind. Thank you for talking to me. And thank you for not laughing at the way that I talk. Yeah. It big time thank you. And the next like concert that I have lined up, I have one in December and then one in January. The last time that I went to a concert in January was in 2023. It was an impulse buy, paid a god awful amount the night before, but I think I bought the ticket off on SeatGeek for NoahCon at the House of Blues, and it was like 30 degrees outside. It was cold. It was so cold. The show was like overpacked, sold out, crazy time. So we will see if it will be that cold. It was very, very cold. I still remember it to this day. But anyways, yeah. What's another big life thing? Oh, so at this point, I am just oversharing. I'm oversharing, y'all. Y'all follow this podcast to hear me yap. This is me yapping and oversharing. So, I have lost, and before I even speak, if the conversation about weight loss is triggering, I would just stop listening. I try my very best to not speak in a way that could be triggering. If it is and you need to get out of the episode, that is completely fine. I have met many more, sessions. So, I have lost 100 pounds since September 17th, 2023. I have been on compound trizimpatite since that day. And before y'all say anything, before y'all get into my comments, DMs, anything like that, let's go through the rundown. My doctor encourages me to stay on it because it helps with inflammation as well. And if you say it does not, you don't have inflammation. Yeah. I am losing weight in a healthy way. I have not lost all of this weight overnight. I will lose between 1 to 2 pounds. There were some weeks I did not lose a single thing or I gained. And that's because I wasn't eating enough. I wasn't eating enough protein. I wasn't drinking enough water. Like, there were things that I wasn't doing. That's where it held me back. Some people think, oh, you are cheating. You are taking the easy way out. Yeah, so it has helped me. I am at a weight where I was, I think, 5th grade. And I started out at like, when I got on the shots, I was 265. Before, because I worked at a camp, and my weight before camp, I was 285. Being that weight with arthritis and working out my tail, I would work out so much and lose nothing. I would eat right and lose nothing. So, getting that all out of the way. Being this weight that I am now, I am healthy. I just want to emphasize I'm healthy. I am healthy. Please don't say, did you lose all of the weight overnight? No, I did not. I did not lose all of the weight overnight. You can look through my TikTok. I did not lose all of the weight overnight. Thank you. With being the weight that I am now, I have learned that there are things, I can't do as much as I did when I was 100 pounds more. I can't have the same amount of caffeine that I had when I was 100 pounds more. No. Cannot. With being this weight, I have found out, oh, you have a high heart rate. So in February, sometime around there, I had to get a EKG done. I had to get a stress test done, and everything came back normal. The cardiologist said, you don't need to cut down on caffeine. You are doing everything that you can. And slay. So things were good, and I got blood work done in July. Remember, I work at a camp full-time. Didn't have the best sleep. Was exhausted, a tad bit dehydrated, and wasn't eating the best. I was eating not that well. So, when I got my blood work results back, it said, "Oh, your thyroid levels are a bit off." Like, what? 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 I am 20 freaking 7. I do not need another infinity stone. Adulting is already hard. So I had to get more blood work done last week. The results came back, and my doctor was like, "Hey, you have hyperthyroidism." Hyper what? Bro, what? Make it make sense. And me, I Google up the symptoms. One of the symptoms is a high heart rate. So that could explain my high heart rate. But I am seeing the thyroid specialist in December. So we will see if Samantha gets another infinity stone. Yay! Woo! Just freaking love it. And another thing, at this point, I'm just yapping. This is me like on a FaceTime call with you, because now all of the like content creators are saying, make your content like you were on a FaceTime call. Bro, I yap, and I yap a lot. Make it make sense. I promise you the next episode will be serious. I like to think I am hilarious. And could that be why? What? Could that be why? Words are not making sense. But could that be the reason? Haha. Could that be the reason why I've lost my train of thought? This is prime time ADHD. I did take my meds, y'all. I did take my meds. But I'm also drinking a Alani. I know. I literally was just talking about my high heart rate. After I get done recording, I'm cleaning up my apartment. So I'm moving around, okay? Calm down. But anyways, on the saga of just adulting as a whole, that I feel more people need to talk about it, or people do talk about it and I just don't see it as I scroll. So the life of all of my infinity stones, I get these injections for my arthritis. Those cost a buttload. They insane. They cost a lot. So picture this. I am just in my office, I get a call from my doctor, Amazon One, and I'm like, oh, weird. They don't call me. They normally send a message. So I pick up and she said, yeah, that referral that you had to send to the place that you get your arthritis injections, yeah, somehow your insurance doesn't cover it anymore. And I'm like, what? What? And I break down. I'm like, what? Bless the lady who was on the phone. You deserve a raise. Like, girlfriend, you were so kind and you were so patient with my blubbering mess. And I was confusion. Because this whole health insurance stuff, confusion. This whole, there's some insurances that cover some things and cover some doctors while others don't. Confusion. Yeah. So I'm like calling my mom because of course I call my mom for everything. I call her when I do a big girl thing. I call her when I did a adulting thing or when a doctor said some crazy stuff or whatever. I call her. I call that lady for everything because adulting sucks and I need my mommy. So, I call her and I'm sobbing like, what do I do? Like, what is going on? It doesn't make sense. I sign on to a new health insurance, I think in November. It's October. What's going on? So, push things come to shove and me very confusion, me trying that me caveman talk, me very confused, me talk to one doctor, then talk to the other one, then talk to the other one, because I have to keep I have to keep my primary one updated because bless her heart, she is a saint. She is a literal saint. I love her. I have to keep my arthritis doctor updated because does he need to send me elsewhere to get the medicine that helps with my joints and with my arthritis where it's not putting me in a bedridden type of pain. And I'm like, I am ticked of just everything. And so the day comes where I am supposed to get my injections. I have a plan B. If they say, oh, yeah, like you are not covered, like you could pay this, blah, 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 I had a plan B. So I was ready to put plan B into action. And so I go in right when they open, before any other patients are there. And I awkwardly say, hey, I got a angry call from y'all. I don't know if it's from y'all, maybe from insurance. I don't know. But they first said, hey, if we don't have a referral by the end of the day, then your appointment gets canceled. And I then frantically get a referral sent, and they like confused me because they said it was a referral, and then when I asked them, they said no, it wasn't. And then now I find out not from y'all, but from my primary that y'all are not covered under my insurance, when shouldn't it be y'all telling me if I'm not covered? But like, what's going on? I'm confused. And those ladies too, very confused. So they are like click clack and searching, and they informed me that, oh, like, you are 100% covered. And I'm just like, bro, what comes to find out, y'all, comes to find out that the place that I get my shots, they haven't, like, they didn't renew their contract with my health insurance in time, that it made all of their Blue Cross Blue Shield, like, customers frantic because, oh crap, my medicine no longer covered. And that was crazy. Adulting is crazy. And I hope you liked this like long segment of me absolutely oversharing everything that's going on in my life, because life crazy. And as I always say, if you ever meet someone who stutters, be kind and don't be a jerk.